There are lots of ways to improve your English. The secret is to learn which way works best for you. In this video, let's talk about 7 secrets that you can use to improve your English communication. If you can master some or all of these secrets, you should be able to get better at English communication faster. Are you ready to find out those secrets? If so, well then let's get into it. The first thing you need to consider is why you want to learn English. When I first got to Japan, my goal was just to learn enough English so that I can get around town, speak, and do everyday things. There was really no English speakers around me, so the first thing I wanted to be able to do is just be able to get around town and do everyday things by myself without asking everyone for help. So first, I need you to decide your why. Do you need it for a test? Are you going to be using English for work? Or do you just want to be able to travel abroad and be able to speak English? Whatever your reason, this will give you something concrete that you can work towards. Once you learn why you are studying English, it's also going to help you find out how you can go about studying. Then you can go about using English to accomplish your goals. Also, it's going to be a lot more fun when you have something to work towards. I once had a student who was really interested in learning about the differences between US and Japan, but when it came to studying for a test, he would completely check out, didn't want to have anything to do with it. So really think about your why, and that's going to be the first step in improving your English. There is a time and place for reading, of course, but first, I want you to focus on listening to audio or watching a video, and that's where we're going to get started with this next step. This way, you're going to start learning how to pronounce the words that you're going to be learning. When you start reading first, you might know the topic well, and you might even know the specific words that go with that topic, but when you focus on listening first, you're going to be able to find out how those words are pronounced and how real people use them. Focusing on your pronunciation first is a great way to improve your spoken English, which is how you're going to go about talking with real people. You can always go back later and practice your reading, but I want you to try to focus on listening to people speaking and you speaking, and then when you combine that with reading, it's going to help you improve your English just that much faster. And that's why I recommend listening to audio or watching video first. Sometimes I have students ask me about something that I was saying, or they might want to know the meaning of something that they heard on TV or in a song. They usually want to know the meaning word for word, but everything doesn't always translate directly from your native language into English, so I recommend that you try to pick out words that you know. They want to know the meaning word for word, but everything doesn't always work out directly when it comes to translating from English back into your native language. So what I recommend you do is try picking out the words that you do know, and that's where I want you to start. If there are words that you don't know, then what you should do is those are the words that you're going to want to try to translate, look up, and find the meaning of. But it's also important to know what is being said in context. This way you will actually start to understand more about what is being said. This way you won't lose interest in learning, and you're also not going to get caught up on those small details that are unimportant when it comes to understanding the overall context of a conversation. If you are learning English to live abroad, or you're just interested in meeting new people, don't worry about writing first. Now, of course, if you're going to be writing for school, maybe you need to do something for work or a test, then for you, writing is going to be important, and that's when we're going to go all the way back to finding out your why when it comes to learning English. If the main thing for you is being able to speak, then I want you to start out first by focusing on your speaking, and then we're going to go from there. If you need to be able to speak, focus on learning your speaking first, and you can always go back, practice writing, and improve that later. In Japan, most of my day-to-day interactions are focus on speaking with other people or listening to other people speak. So when I first got here, I just focused on being able to hear and learn a few phrases that I can actually use. And so you should be able to do the same thing in English. So start with what you need first, and then you can always go back and improve other things such as writing when you need it. Unless you are going to do something with writing as the main focus, you don't need perfect grammar. As long as you know basic sentence structure, you're probably going to be okay in most situations. Unless you are going to be doing something where writing is going to be your main focus, you don't need perfect grammar. So what you want to do is be focusing on a few simple and common sentence structures, and you should be fine. If the person that you are speaking to can understand you and you can understand them, then that's the most important thing that we need to have a conversation. You can get better by making mistakes and fixing your grammar as you become more comfortable. You don't want small mistakes or not being perfect to keep you from not speaking any English at all. It is always okay to just keep it simple and use the words and phrases that you know. Get in the habit of listening to lots of different types of English. Everyone speaks differently, so same thing goes for you. You should be listening to different types of English-speaking media. Listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, and audiobooks. The more English that you can get comfortable with, it's going to be better off for you in the long run. Practice English every day. Maybe it's just for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, or 15 minutes a day, but this is going to be your key to success in English. It's just important to do something in English. Go over some new vocabulary that you learned. Maybe you can try to speak to someone in English, or you can listen to some YouTube videos in English. How about listen to a few minutes of an English language podcast? Whatever you do, just get English into your life daily. And this really will be the key for you to improving your English little by little every day. Okay, I hope this video helps you improve your English. If you got some good benefit out of it, how about share this with someone else that you think this will help? If you enjoyed this video, how about check out this one right here to see more. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you.